Hi guys, this is New Light Tarot coming to bring you a pick a card reading. So a pick a card reading is whichever pile you resonate with, right? You pick a pile, whatever pile you resonate with, whatever crystal, whatever card, that's going to be your reading. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds just to feel the energy, just to look at the crystals or look at the cards, whichever one calls to you. Please feel free to check that pile out, okay? So give you guys a couple more seconds. Okay, so we're gonna start first with pile 1, okay? And if you picked this pile, right, this beautiful fluorite piece, okay, place her right there. I'm going to be pulling 4 tarot cards for you guys and 1 oracle. So okay, give me 1 second so I can feel this. Okay, so I do see a situation in your life where you're going to need to work together with somebody. Now, if it be in love or if it be a friendship, maybe right now you're not speaking to someone that was really close to you at one point, right? Lover, friend, whatever. I do see spirit here definitely suggesting that you reach out. You might have to be the person to reach out to bring some kind of like balance between you and this individual, right? So I see the 3 of Pentacles here, and in this deck it's reach out, right? So needing to collaborate, needing to work together. I see here that you've been wishing about this situation for a while. You've been asking the universe, praying to the universe, asking for some kind of reconciliation. I do see a reconciliation here, but once again, I do see you personally having to be the one to reach your hand out, and I do see another individual, whoever it is that you're thinking of when it comes to this reading, whoever it is, lover, friend, family member, whomever. I do definitely see them grabbing your hand once you reach out. I do see that this situation has brought a lot of healing for you, internal healing, right? Now you have focused on balancing yourself, and it's taken a lot of time. This situation has taken a long time for it to come back together. But I do see here, once you guys do have a conversation and once you do reach out to reconcile, I definitely see here a beautiful like reconciliation and like balance and harmony between you and this individual. And for your oracle card, I see the throat chakra, right? And the throat chakra means to speak your truth, right? So whatever has been, whatever you've been feeling internally, something that you've wanted to talk about with an individual, I do see here Spirit is telling you to open your voice and speak your own truth, right? I do see this individual totally understanding and being receptive. So yeah, this is a really good reading, very clear. Okay, so that was pile 1. Okay, beautiful little fluorite piece. Okay, so pile 2. Okay, if you picked this pile, this little like oval selenite piece, kind of looking like an egg a bit, right? It's a really beautiful selenite piece. Okay. So if this is your pile, Give me 1 second so I can just read this energy here. Oh, sorry. I didn't even realize I was like not in the frame, the camera frame. Okay. I see here there has been a lot of arguments between you and somebody, right? Maybe it could be a spouse, right? Maybe at home, or maybe family members or whomever, right? But I do see like a lot of arguments here. Or at one point there was a lot of like combative arguments, like petty words back and forth, like jabs, right? But I do see someone here laying the sword down. Maybe they feel like they have lost an argument. Maybe you feel like you've lost an argument. Or maybe you're just tired of arguing, period, and you're just like at this point ready to just like put your sword down. Like you're not willing to fight anymore. I see some kind of like new path, new journey, some kind of new inspiration, right? After this point in time where you were like arguing with an individual, I do see like a new path that you're going to be going on. Some kind of like new motivation. You know what? I could actually read this reading two separate ways, right? So hear me out. The one way this reading can be read is maybe a spouse or a partner stepped out of your committed arrangement together. Maybe that's what the arguing was about. Maybe someone cheating. Or maybe you think someone probably cheated or is flirting, right? So it's leaving you in like a really defensive kind of like mindset, right? Where you're like arguing with the individual, fighting with them. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but I do see someone here being like very defensive, right? There's a lot of accusations being thrown at them and they're like fighting it off, right? Like being like really defensive. I do see, someone possibly using like, their body parts, right? What does it look like? I feel like you don't have to be like, have too much common sense to figure out what a stick looks like, right? It's pretty phallic shaped. So it could be like someone like fighting off accusations that were thrown at them when it comes to using this piece of their body, or they are using this piece of their body and you were just fed up at this point. Like you're not fighting anymore. And something here has been like torn down, right? Like a false foundation has been torn down. There's like a giant tower moment in your life. And the tower is like something that's unforeseen being ripped from underneath you, like your carpet being like ripped underneath you, and now you've just like fallen, right? So I see here possibly someone could have like stepped out of like a committed arrangement and has brought like the house down in a way, right? And here, right, your oracle card is to be still, right? I'm not too familiar with this oracle deck, so what I am going to do is read to you what this card symbolizes. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I should have grabbed it before I started, right? Thought I did. So number 5, be still. So 5 also in numerology also symbolizes a lot of change. So there's going to be, once again, right, like the tower means like significant change, like in your immediate life. Like the carpet being ripped from underneath you, you're falling. So I see here, once again, like there's a lot of change that's about to happen in your life, and maybe you're being defensive and you don't want it to happen, or maybe someone's being defensive because they don't want it to happen. But I'm going to read this, the Be Still card. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Be still, breathe, find that well of tranquility and serenity within you. There are times when life feels chaotic, right? Your life is feeling very chaotic right now. Circumstances and relationships test and challenge you, right? You're being tested and challenged. Literally, this card means challenges, right? sorry. I get excited whenever I see like an oracle card perfectly, going like tying into a tarot reading. So sorry if I get a little excited. Circumstances and relationships test and challenge you with conflicting emotions and inner storms. Sometimes your emotions are felt deeply, and you may have moments of outbursts that express pain and inner rage. Feel the emotions and try to understand what has come forth from you. See the origins from which this reaction was born. There will always be triggers, dear one, and the storm will pass. But how you react makes all the difference to the severity and longevity of the storm. Oh, that is so good, right? So depending on how you act, right? At one point, you were very argumentative, very combative. You used to fight constantly about this person's doing whatever, right? What have you, right? It could just be like petty arguments in general in your household. It doesn't even have to be in regards to someone cheating or stepping out. It could just be like petty arguments in regards to anything. You put your sword down. So you're the one who stopped arguing. You're the one who stopped fighting. And literally it's like coinciding with this Be Still card because you are trying to, like breathe and calm yourself and, not express all this anger and rage and pain that you've been feeling inside, but you're just trying to trust in the universe, surrender yourself and like make it through. You're trying to be peaceful, right? Instead of being bitter and angry and like, spiteful and, feeling a lot of rage, you're trying to be peaceful now and like have calmer waters. So it's a very good reading. I hope it resonated with you. If this reading, if this doesn't resonate with you, please feel free to pick any of the other piles, 1 or 3. But again, Spirit is definitely telling you to be still during this moment in your life where things are a lot of chaotic at this point. Spirit is telling you to be still and to kind of ride the wave, to breathe, to be calm, to be peaceful, right? So again, this is your reading, pile 2. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. Right? Okay. Beautiful little selenite piece. So last but not least ever, right? Pile 3. This is such a beautiful little crystal. If I can remember the name correctly, it's I believe it's called African Spirit Quartz, if I'm correct. Oh man, I got this crystal so many years ago, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful little guy or little girl. Very gorgeous. So really love that crystal. So if you picked this crystal, this pile 3, here is your message. Oh, right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so like, my table's a lot larger than this one section where the camera's facing, and I sometimes forget to look at the camera. So forgive me if my cards are all over the place and it's a little, out of frame. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay, so I do see here there is a situation where it's calling for your faith, right? It's calling for your hope. It's calling for your faith. Spirit's calling for you to have faith in a situation, but you're feeling very hopeless. Situation here where you feel just completely hopeless, like you don't even want to give it another shot. You don't even want to hope. You don't want to have faith in it anymore. You feel just tired, right? Like you've almost given up on this, right? You've lost your hope. You've turned your back on it. I do see here, though, Spirit is trying to get your attention, right? Because you have the Judgment card. And Judgment can mean a multiple of things, right? But it can normally mean, like, reconciliation with an individual. So here you're feeling, like, hopeless, probably, like, reconciling with somebody. But I see here Spirit is literally directing you to reconcile with the individual, right? Whomever you're thinking about. Because here the 6 of Swords, right, is in reverse, right? 6 of Swords in reverse means you cannot let go of something. Like you keep thinking about it over and over again. You stay up at night playing it over in your head. You wake up, it's on your mind. You go out throughout, you walk throughout your day, it's on your head, like, in your headspace. You can't stop thinking about a situation. Like, you're overthinking about it a little too much, where it's not bringing you any peace, right? You're actually like starting to feel a little stressed out because your mind can't calm down, right? Maybe it can't calm down, maybe because it's feeling hopeless about a situation. You can't stop thinking about an individual, but you're feeling a little faithless, maybe because of outer circumstances, right? External circumstances, or maybe even, whatever's like between you and the individual. But I do see here Spirit is directing you to reconcile with them, right? To have a second chance, for something more committed, right? So Four of Wands here, it symbolizes, and certain tarot readers read it in the Rider-Waite. They read this card as like 1111, right? Which is like twin flame union, marriage, commitments, right? 4 is all about stability, home life. So I do see Spirit is kind of like pushing you toward the direction of having some kind of second chance, maybe with a partner that you're married to, maybe a second chance with an individual that you care about, to now have some kind of like stable commitment with them. But yeah, you can't stop thinking about it, even though you're feeling a little like hopeless right now, maybe because you're in quarantine, maybe you're just stressed out because of life, because of circumstances. I do see here like Spirit kind of like still pushing you down the direction, or you wanting, well, you know what, not even you wanting because you're feeling a little hopeless, but I do see just Spirit here pushing you down the direction of like commitment, right? So I got these really neat oracle cards. They're like postcards, right? They're really cool, and they have like their own specific message on them. So I'm going to read your message that Spirit's trying to say to you right now during this reading, right? Because I do see you a little faithless, but Spirit's still directing you down the path of like being in a relationship or a commitment or some kind of like stable, grounded foundation that you can't stop thinking about. So I'm going to read your message, okay? Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance. Oh, okay. I wasn't seeing that. All right. Now being asked to add some distance, take a step back and do nothing but observe. Okay. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it is temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad that you did. So you know what? Maybe that's what's making you feel a little hopeless, right? Maybe because you have to step back from a situation. You have to take a neutral stance. You can't say yes. You can't say no. You kind of have to like play it by ear and like be in the middle. And it's making you feel probably like very like frustrated because you probably want to do something. You probably want to move down a direction. But, excuse me, I'm sorry. But Spirit's literally asking you to just take a moment to reflect, right? You're overthinking a lot. And I feel like Spirit's telling you not to overthink about a situation where it's like stressing you out and worrying you. Don't feel hopeless about a situation, even though that's, the circumstances right now. I feel like Spirit's just telling you to just like have patience and, just don't be judgmental with yourself. Don't be judgmental with the situation, with anyone else. Spirit's going to direct you wherever it is that you need to go, right? Like the angel Gabriel, I think this is. It's like blowing the horn, right? So he's going to wake you up. You're going to get some kind of like wake up call, or you are receiving a wake up call. But I do see some kind of wake up call happening to you. But right now you just need to take a step back. And again, it's in regards to probably a commitment, a foundation, a home, partnership, right? Something stable that you have built with another individual. right? So I do see Spirit telling you not to move right now. Take a step back. It's making you feel a little faithless, a little hopeless. You're overthinking the situation, but again, Spirit is definitely directing you wherever it is that you need to go, right? You're going to have the wake up call soon. So just be patient, be tender with yourself, right? So, okay, I hope that you all enjoyed these readings, pile 3. I hope to see you guys again soon. Again, this is New Light Tarot, and I will see you guys again. Bye.